guys, what is up, my dudes? It's the King of Games 98, and so, if any of you guys follow me on Twitter, you might have seen that I was talking to my good friend Mike on a post I made about Geekfest Presents Games, and I told him that I was going to make a video of a couple games that I picked up while I was there. Oh, let me start off by saying, so for those of you who don't know, this past Sunday, it was February 4th, yes, Super Bowl Sunday, in New Jersey, specifically in Woodbury Heights, New Jersey, at the Rec Center, there was a convention held there called Geekfest Presents Games. And what it was specifically about, well, video games, board games, and card games. So I was there representing my store's booth, All Gen Games, and so I got to walk around for a little bit, and of course I bought some games, and boy, am I really damn happy that I did. So this is just a little pickups video to show you the few things I got. Didn't really get a lot, got just a handful of games, a cool custom-made video game art poster, and got to meet and talk to some really cool video game guys, and I think I could definitely say I made a couple new friends that day. So all in all, I was really happy. I was really happy that I got to go. I got to support my store. The store made out selling okay, wasn't phenomenal, and I got to hang out with my pretend boss for the day and his friend. We shared our spot. It was the store's video game stuff, and then my pretend boss sat up next to that table and was selling some of his own video game stuff from his personal collection. And then my pretend boss's friend Brian also showed up and sat up next to my pretend boss's stuff and was selling some of his own video games from his personal collection. So all in all, it was a cool, very fun day. It wasn't really even the entire day. It was just a few hours, really. But it was just fun, cool, and I'm really happy I got this stuff. So, okay, so, first off, before I even get into showing you, well, you can see some of the stuff I got, but before I even get into telling you and showing you what I got and how much I paid for it, I first want everyone to know, I do not make these videos for the intent to brag about the video games related stuff I bought or to show off the stuff I bought. Not at all. That is not my intention for these videos. My intention for these types of videos is just to show you guys some of the cool things that can be found at gaming conventions, and to show that even though it was kind of boring, standing there trying to sell games for a couple hours of the day, I got to buy some cool shit, and you know what? Who doesn't like to get to do that? So this shall be called my Geekfest Presents Games 2018 pickups video. Yeah, why not? Okay, so we're going to put these guys aside for a moment. Oh, and so first off, I'm going to group together whichever games I bought from whichever people. If they were the same people, I'm going to keep them all together, and I'm going to do them all at the same time. So, yeah, just so you guys know. Okay, so the very first thing I actually bought at Geekfest was these three games right here. I bought these off of a video game dealer who also happens to own his own store, his own small business store in New Jersey, and the store is called All Things Video Games. I bought these and got to see and talk to the owner, and the owner of All Things Video Game store is Brent. If you are ever in New Jersey and come across a booth that's All Things Video Game store, please always stop and talk to him. He is a really cool, nice dude, and usually will always be selling a really good selection of games. And for the most part, they're pretty reasonably priced, if not cheap. So always check him out if you see him at gaming conventions. So I bought off of Brent Victory Run for TurboGrafx 16, complete in box. Yeah, look at how nice that looks. This was $20, which I didn't think it was, all that much. Which, again, if you guys follow me on Twitter, you would have known a couple of weeks back I made a post. My TurboGrafx 16, I finally got to work, and I only had one game for it. Keith Courage and Alpha Zones, complete in box. So when I saw he had TurboGrafx games, man, I hit them up like you wouldn't believe. Unfortunately, Victory Run was the cheapest non-sports game he had. So I went for it. And he straight up told me that this game plays identically to the popular video game series Outrun, which was made by Sega, and it's basically a racing game. So this is basically a racing game. And you know what? Not that I'm very fond of racing games. I like my occasional old school Need for Speed. But you know what? It's freaking racing on TurboGrafx 16. And I always heard good things about this. So you know what? I picked it up for $20. And as of this video, I tried this. Works perfectly, by the way. So I got this off of Brent for $20. Then I got Patapon, I guess that's how you pronounce that, for Sony PSP, brand new factory sealed, also off of Brent for $5. This was, this is brand new factory sealed. I heard this game was really, really freaking good. I believe it's a rhythm-based game from what he was telling me about it. And I was like, shit, for $5, it sounds pretty good to me. So as of this video, I'm not sure if I'm going to open this yet. I guess, anyone who watches this video, comment below if you think I should open this game or not. Or if I should keep it factory sealed. I don't know. Usually, when I find pretty good games factory sealed, I like to keep them like that. But, yeah, comment below what you think I should do. So, yeah, I got Victory Run off of Brent for $20. Then I also bought Patapon, brand new factory sealed for Sony PSP off of him for $5. And then, the Peace Stone Resistance. I also bought, along with Victory Run and Patapon, Uncharted Drake's Fortune for Sony PlayStation 3. Not for resale version of Uncharted Drake's Fortune for Sony PlayStation 3. And this bad boy is brand new factory sealed. Although, unfortunately, as you can see, there are some tears in the shrink wrap. Yeah, like right there. There's a huge gaping tear. But, I mean, you can still tell the game was never opened. It's still brand new factory sealed. Like, come on, son. So ever since I got Uncharted, the Nathan Drake collection for my Sony PlayStation 4, I played through and beat through Uncharted 1, 2, and 3 remastered for PlayStation 4. I freaking love the games so goddamn much. Like, it's not even funny. I literally fell in love with the games like that. And when I saw he had in this box of all brand new factory sealed games priced for $5 a piece, when I saw he had Uncharted Drake's Fortune for PlayStation 3, not for resale edition, I freaking grabbed this instantly. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, specifically the not for resale version of the original Uncharted Drake's Fortune for Sony PlayStation 3, for whatever reason, this game is kind of expensive. And when I mean kind of expensive, I've seen this specific not for resale version of this game on eBay anywhere from, I'd say, $50 to $100. I don't know why, I don't know why this specific version, the not for resale version of this game is so expensive, but it is. And when I found he had a copy of this brand new factory sealed for $5, you bet your ass I bought it. So, yeah. First thing I bought at Geekfest was all three of these games off of the same guy, Brent. And Victory Run was $20, Patapon was $5, and Uncharted Drake's Fortune was $5 as well. So I ended up spending $30 just at his booth alone for these three games. But I can already tell you guys without a doubt it was worth it. Victory Run works great. These two are brand new factory sealed, and I'm not sure if I'm going to, well, I'm definitely not opening Uncharted Drake's Fortune because I already played the damn game. I really bought this just because I love the series, and I'm probably going to display it in my nerd cave because it's badass. I'm not opening Uncharted Drake's Fortune. Patapon, however, I'm not sure if I am going to open, so comment below if you think I should open Patapon or not. Uncharted Drake's Fortune, I don't care what anyone says, it's not being opened. So, yeah, those were the first few video game things I bought at Geekfest. The next thing I bought at Geekfest is a very clean, complete copy of the limited run game Dragon Fantasy: The Black Tome of Ice, special edition version for Sony PlayStation 4. And I bought this game off of a video game dealer and the owner of another small business video game store located in New Jersey. And that store is called Next Level Video Games. If you Google Next Level or All Things Video Game Store, it'll come up with any and all the information you want on the store. Where it's located, the address, the phone number, and the times the store is open. Really check out either one. I prefer Next Level Video Games, but they're both great stores. Yeah, so I bought this off of the owner of Next Level Video Games, which is Nick, which I have been going to Nick and buying stuff from his store for, I want to say, between 3 to 4 years now. And in all the times I've been going to his store, I've only bought one game from him that did not work. Absolutely amazing guy, one of the nicest video game collectors, people in the gaming community I could say I've ever met, and just a very straightforward, honest guy. And so he had this very clean, complete copy of Dragon Fantasy, The Black Tome of Ice, which is a limited run game for Sony PlayStation 4. He had this in this cool plastic slipcase too. I'm going to keep that. I'm going to keep this, but probably not keep this game in it. I'm going to put something else in that. And so, yeah. He had this game priced at $30, which I was kind of sort of thinking about trying to talk him down, maybe try to get it for like 20, maybe 25. But you know what? I didn't even bother because he let me open it and take a look at it. And once I looked at the back side of this disc is freaking mint. There's not a single scratch or fingerprint on this freaking disc. And when I saw that, I didn't even, try to talk him down. No questions, no nothing. I just whipped out the $30 and gave it to him. Yeah. So this is Dragon Fantasy, The Black Tome of Ice. It's limited run games number 18. If you've never heard of this game, basically it is a 16-bit RPG game made for the Sony PlayStation 4. And I gotta be honest with you guys, when I first saw this game come out, I thought it looked pretty cool. It really, really, really reminded me of like Final Fantasy 4 or Final Fantasy 5 or even Final Fantasy 6. Any like of the Final Fantasy in that era, like the 16-bit era Final Fantasy games. And so when I saw this, I just thought it was really cool. And the fact that Nick, a guy I know very well, had a copy and it was complete and the disc was spotless, I just whipped out the money and gave it to him, like no questions asked. And as of this video, I also tried this game. It works perfectly, by the way. I actually can't wait to start playing it. It looks really freaking cool. Yeah, so this was the second thing I got at Geekfest. And then, getting down towards the end, before the end of the convention, I went around probably once or twice, and I went to this table of video game stuff that was really, really, really cheap. And I came to find out the guy whose stuff that was at the table was the guy who was running Geekfest. I couldn't even believe that. And so he had these loose cartridge-only copies, a Pokemon Emerald version for Game Boy Advance and Pokemon Blue version for original Game Boy. I think he had like $8 on Emerald and like $7 on like Blue. And when I saw that, I shit my pants. Literally. No. And so I looked at them. I could tell they were both original copies, not fakes or repros. And I looked up to the dude and said to him, do you know if either of these Pokemon games, if they still hold save in the save batteries? And he said he hadn't tried the games in years and he didn't know. And so he could tell I was really interested in them, and it was towards the end of the show. So he looked right at me, and I looked up at him, and he said, tell you what, since you really seem to want them, give me $12 and take both of them. Now, at that price, I shit my pants even more. And I was like, okay, I'm not walking away from this booth without these games. So, without knowing about if the save batteries were any good in either of the games, I turned to the dude and said, would you take $10 for both of them? And he was like, yeah, you know what, go for it. So I got copies of Pokemon Emerald version for Game Boy Advance and Pokemon Blue version for original Game Boy for $10. 10 freaking dollars. That was crazy. After I got home from Geekfest that day and I tried these, believe it or not, this is the best part. I tried both of these Pokemon games. I cleaned both of them. They didn't really look that dirty or have corrosion or anything, but I cleaned them real easily, popped both of them in. They both play perfectly, and what's even better, both games, the save batteries in both games still hold save. As amazing as that is. Well, I mean, the one in Emerald I wouldn't have expected to die, but the one in Blue I really did expect to die. They both still hold save. It's freaking amazing. Oh my god, I couldn't believe I bought both of these for $10. They work great, and the save battery still holds save. What a time to be alive, like, seriously. I told my one good friend Davide, who's in the Pokemon, that I got these for $10, and he was like, oh my fucking god, I can't even believe that. Man, only you would get a good deal like that. And I'm like, dude, you should have been here, man. But yeah, so I got these towards the really end of the show. And then, last but not least, now this isn't an actual video game, but it's video game related. So at Geekfest, I had the honor and pleasure of meeting a guy by the name of Adam, but you might know him better as Squarepainter. He goes by Squarepainter on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. This man does amazing video game artwork and video game pixel artwork. Like, I was absolutely astounded. And I had the honor and pleasure of meeting him and talking to him, and I ended up buying this little print of a picture he did. So for those of you who don't know, before I show you the picture, for those of you who don't know, I'm a really big Kirby fan. I absolutely love the Kirby video game series. Without a doubt, my favorite Kirby game is Kirby's Dream Land on original Game Boy. Now, for some of you who are watching this video and are familiar with Kirby, in a couple of the games, he has transform abilities where Kirby can turn into things. One of them is a spaceship. And I'm telling you this because it's in relation to this picture. And this is the picture. As soon as I saw this, I just instantly fell in love with it because I just love Kirby so much. And, you know, it's him supposed to be in his spaceship form, and then it says, I want to believe. I love it. And then there's the Squarepainter logo, and then I actually asked Adam if he could personally sign it, and he did sign it right on the back, right there. Squarepainter. And it was funny, because when I first asked him, he kind of looked at me funny and was like, my logo is right there. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but I would like it better if I could have you personally sign it. And he was like, okay. But yeah, he made this custom-made little Kirby print, and I just absolutely love it. Now, this little Kirby print that he custom-made was only $10. That's all I paid for it, $10. And so I bought this with the sole intention of hanging it up in my nerd cave, and that's 100% where it's going, in my nerd cave. And so shout out to Adam and his... I'm pretty sure it was his wife, Nina. I got to meet both of them at this past Sunday's Geekfest Presents Games 2018. They were both absolutely wonderful, nice people. Really cool talking to them both about video games and their artwork. And it was even cooler talking to Adam's, I'm pretty sure it was his wife, not his girlfriend. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was his wife Nina, about collecting TurboGrafx 16 games. It was very cool talking to her and both of them in general. It was a pleasure meeting them. I'm going to try to link Adam's YouTube channel in the description below. And please, please, by all means, give that guy a follow. He's freaking awesome. Alright guys, so this is basically the end of my Geekfest Presents Games 2018 video game pickups. And so these are all the games I got, and then you can't see the Kirby poster, but it's off to the side. And so, yeah, that's about it. So, thanks guys for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And, yeah. Oh, I'd love to know in the comment section to anyone who watches this video if they've ever been to Geekfest. If you have, what'd you think of it? Did you have a good time? How long ago was it? You know, it's a like I believe a couple. They hold one every few months in the year, and so it's pretty cool, especially if you live in New Jersey, because Woodbury Heights was literally only about 10 or 15 minutes away from where I live. So, yeah, it was a really cool thing to go to, just to kill a couple hours on a Sunday, and yeah, it was cool. So, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you liked my video, and yeah, I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day. Bye.